Alrighty, hello guys, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I've gotten a couple requests on this, and really quick, I'm going to show you guys how to put GoLocomotion version 1.7.6 onto a Rexilium model. Now, this will work with pretty much any avatar base, but for this example, because it's the most popular, I'm going to be showing the Rex base. Now, like I said, we're going to be using version 1.7.6, which currently is the newest version. Now, if they create new versions, I might create an updated tutorial, but that's another problem for another day. So, you have your Rex model, and you have your GoLocomotion package. Go ahead and open up your GoLocomotion, and you're going to want to go to Controllers with Write Defaults on. Now, most Rex avatars will have write defaults. On the occasion that they don't, you can use with write defaults off, but most of the time you're going to want the one with WD. So go ahead and open that, and these here are going to be your controller layers. Now, select your avatar, so it's highlighted blue, and you're going to roll down here to playable layers, and you're going to want the base. You're going to want action, sitting, and T-pose. These are the only ones you're going to need. So we'll go ahead and start with sitting. Grab your sitting, slap it right in there. Gesture, you're not going to need your gesture. GoLocomotion base, slap in the base. Addition, you can use the addition. You're not going to need it, but you can if you want to have that be the default but you don't need it for GoLocomotion to work. You are going to need your action, however. And now, if you want scaling to work, you're going to go in here and you find your T-pose. So reselect your avatar, find your T-pose, and slide in your GoLocomotion T-pose. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, for locomotion and for avatar scaling to work, these are the only 4 that you're going to need. If you want flying, which is a PC or desktop version only, you feel free to DM me. My Discord is here. Feel free to DM me if you have any questions, or look up online if there are other tutorials. But for this tutorial, I'm only going to be showing you how to do the Quest version, which allows for scaling and all of the locomotion options. Now, you have your controllers now on your avatar. So now what you're going to want to do is you want to go to GoLocomotion menus. And you're going to go to the Go Beyond parameters. You're not going to want to go to the. You're going to go to the Go Broke parameters. All right. So Go Broke parameters. This is the one that has the scaling, I believe. Now, Go Horizon, Go Third Person, and Go Third Person Mirror. These are only PC assets. You can only use them on PC. So if you want to add these 3 in, you can. For this tutorial, I'll show you how to do that. If not, that is totally up to you. But something that I do to save a little bit of time is I'm going to put this somewhere. You know what? No, never mind. We'll leave that there for now. Because what you're going to do is when you open up your avatar parameters, it's going to take you away. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to... I lost it. Where did it go? Go to your top, locomotion, menus, and over parameters. Now what you're going to do is you're going to want to add all of these, with the exception of the VRC emote. If you already have it on your avatar, which the Rex usually comes with it, you're going to want to add all of these onto your avatar. Now, I'll give you one example and then I'll fast forward the other ones just in case. So what I do is I do control copy, or right paste copy. You remember it's a float, 0.25, saved off. Go into your avatar, go to parameters, click add a new, and just paste that right in there. And remember, it is a float at 0.25, and it is not saved. Now, you're going to go ahead and do that for all of the other parameters. Alright, So now you have all of your emotes. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Remember, do not forget your VRC emote, otherwise the emotes in Locomotion will not work. Make sure that everything looks good, and you're good to go on your parameters. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on your avatar, and what we're going to do is we're going to merge the main FX layers together. Now this one gets a little tricky because we're going to put all of the parameters in there as well. Now to do this, go to your GoLocomotion, Locomotion. You're going to go to Controllers, Right Defaults, or whichever one you used. Go to Beyond and look for the FX broke. The FX, it's going to be the FX one of the parameters. So we use the broke parameters. So therefore, you're going to use the broke base. Now, go ahead and open that. And essentially, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to copy all of these parameters, with the exception of VRC emote, float, and the two gestures. If you would like to check which ones you need to copy, go ahead and go into your avatar and see which ones you have here. So for example, you see how there's no float? That means you do actually need the float. So to do that, it's quite simple. I will show you how to do that here. Go ahead and click on this. And for the first one, we're going to do go float. So double click, copy that. Remember, it's 0.25. Go back to your avatar FX. I definitely didn't just forget which one it was. So it's going to be float. It's going to be a float. Go to your avatar FX, create a new float. Control V to paste it, and set that to 0.25. Alright, so that's it. That's an easy one. Now let's do another one. Go ahead and go to your FX layer. We'll do this one, just in case. Is local. This is going to be a bool. Go ahead and go to your avatar FX layer. Create a new bool. Paste that. And there you go. Now remember, the parameter names must be exactly spelled how they are in your FX layers. If anything is different in here, it's not going to work. So make sure that everything is spelled exactly the same. Essentially, you're going to want to add everything except for the gesture right, and just that. If you have anything that is double on here, you're not going to need it. Alright, so now that you have all of your parameters in your avatars model, in your, oops, wrong parameter, in your FX layer parameters, go ahead and come up here to layers, click on layers. Now you're going to need to copy over your layers from your controller here. Alright, so this is where you got your parameters. And go to layers as well. Base, you're not going to need. Flying, you can use flying if you need. For example's sake, we'll select everything and copy, or copy. Go back to your avatar. Create a new weight. Now this you can name whatever you want. What I do, usually just for things sake, is I just name it whatever it is here. So for example, that one's called flying. We'll go in here, we'll call this flying. You do not have to do this, but I do. What you do have to do is take your weight, slide it all the way up to 1. Now you have to make sure you get that 1, otherwise it's not going to work. Come over here, paste that, and there you go. Now, one important factor you're going to have to note is, for flying, you see how fly weight is orange? Or you're going to go into your FX layer, look for fly weight. You see how it's not orange? You're going to right click it and do set as layer default state. Now make sure you do this for all of them, otherwise it's not going to work. So you're going to go ahead and copy all of these, and I'll do right here because it's easy. So do that, copy, go to your avatar, create a new one, I spelled it wrong, but that's okay. Set the weight to 1, paste that, and make sure that the correct one is set as the layer default state. Scale is set as default state, so we're good. Go to third person if you want. Copy that. That's the default state. Over here, fx simple, create new, third persons. I really cannot spell today. Set that to 1, and paste. And make sure that remove head, or whichever one is needed, is the default state. There you go. Now you have your main FX layer on. Alright, so now everything is set on your avatar. However, there are still two things that you're going to need to do. The first thing you're going to need to do is go ahead and go into your avatars menu, find whatever, create a new one. For example's sake, you can, create a new, name it whatever you want. Make sure that you set it as a submenu, and I'm going to show you how to find the menu that you need. I already have one made. If you would like to upload an icon, you can click on this little button here and look for your GoLoco icon. Now, what you're going to do, once you have your menu made, go to your submenu type, click this little button right here, and you're going to look for the Go Broke menu, not main menu. You're going to want Go Broke menu. Just click on that. It should pop in there, and you can go ahead and close that. And that's good. Now, technically, you can upload it as it is. However, there's one little detail that you're going to need, and that is setting the bones. Currently, if you scale your avatar, the bones on your avatar are not going to scale with it. Now, to do this, to fix this problem, it's really easy. You're going to go to your avatar, and you're going to find the roots of all of your bone. For example, here's the tail, tail 1. This is my fist bone on my tail. You're going to go down here to is animated and just check that. Now, essentially what this means is that if your avatar changes size, this bone is going to change size with it. And now you're going to want to do this with everything on your avatar. Here's my collar. Check that. Go up to my head. I have my ear. Fist bone is animated. Ear, fist bone is animated. Now I also have hair on this avatar. So we're going to go to hair, one of these. I don't know why I have multiple hairs. Anyways, so you're going to go to your main. Oh, that's right. So on here, bad example. Technically, I have all of the default hair disabled. So for example, on the feathers and all that stuff, I have that all disabled. However, I have custom hair on here, which is right here, somewhere. Yep, right here. And the big hair. This one you're going to do is animated, and that should make all of these here. Yeah. Alright, so now all of your bones are animated, and you can upload him as is, except for one key factor. Now this is really important. Your scale, right here, you're going to make sure that all of these are set to 1, just like this. Make sure, now by default it should be set to 1 anyways, but I had made this avatar smaller by, taking my avatar and doing that. But you're going to make sure everything is set to 1 because that is the default for locomotion. And last but not least, you're going to make sure that your viewpoint is in the right spot. For example, if you're changing the avatar size, just click Edit on your view, and you're going to want to slide this right up to your avatar eyes. Now what I like to do is I like to stick it just inside like that, right like that. Make sure it's centered, make sure it looks good, and go ahead and click Return. Now, you can go ahead and upload your avatar. Now, really quick, even though you should be able to upload your avatar, build and publish for Android, but for example's sake, just in case, for example, let's say that it's right here. I have something in my keyboard. I don't know what that is. Sorry. Just in case, let's say that this parameter here was not there. Whoops. This parameter here, stop it. This, I have to actually delete it, my bad. Let's say that's not there. Well, when you go to upload, it's going to say VRC expressions has a parameter that is not defined. This just means that you either misspelled or do not have a parameter on your avatar. To fix that, just go back and double check everything. Simple as that. Bloop. Here we go. Now, go ahead and build and publish your avatar. Again, if you have any questions or if anything does not work, feel free to DM me right here at Acoustics, and I will help you however I can.